All right, hello everybody. I'm going to be doing the American Clubman Cup 700. It's a 5-lap race on Laguna Seca. I guess we can look at the. Well, it doesn't show you the race settings. Basically, it's a 5-lap race. There's all the cars. I'm going to be racing in my Mustang GT350R. I'm using Comfort tires to try to keep it under 700. It's at 648, so I'm 50 points under the 700 point cap. And we're going to try a 5-lap race. I'm going to try the thing with my head down. Oh, it worked. All right. I'm still getting used to everything being turned off. Wow. It is so much more fun when everything's turned off. It's harder. Well, that's fun though. Alright, so I'm just trying to get a feel for this car. Wow. You can break the ass end loose just accelerating out of the corner. Alright, we're looking for a spot. He's going a little too slow, so let's go around him. I'm not really driving super hard because I'm still getting used to how the braking and handling and everything. It's so different with everything turned off. So I have no ABS on, no traction control, and no counter steer assistance. That was the one that was really affecting me the most, I think. This feels, so I'm starting to get used to it. It takes me about a lap to get used to each car. I've only been doing this for since Sunday when I found out that I had all those settings on. Got the spot, buddy. You're not taking it. Force you off the track then if you're going to be a jerk. I don't like the way the AI, they don't think like people. So they just have a preset list of things that they do depending on how close they are, which cars they're around. So they don't think. They just kind of do preset stuff. So not really fun to race against, but I'm still kind of getting used to this. Because I'm trying to race with everything turned off. Not because I'm going to do that online. I just figured if I could drive the car with everything off, ABS off, the traction control, all of that, then when I go to race online, theoretically, when I go to put all that stuff back on, I for sure won't be using the counter steer. I think that was hurting me the most. The counter steer was hurting me the most. And then I'll probably have the ABS and traction control on 1 or weak or whatever. I don't remember if they use numbers but I'll have them on just a little bit because I don't want to wreck my rating. My safety rating, which I think is still S. I've only had like 4 or 5 online races, so I'm not that experienced with the online, with the sports stuff. I've done some lobby racing. But for official races, I did one last week. I qualified 9th, got my first podium. I finished 3rd. And then I had one the day after that. I qualified 11th. I dropped back to 15th, and then I finished 6th on that one. So I think I'm going to do okay on the online races. This is just good practice. Just feeling where the edge of that grip is. You can really feel it with this stuff turned off. Alright, so talk about really paying attention where, oh, I got a podium. So I'm up to 3rd right now. Well, that's fun. It's fun just trying to figure out when you can hit the gas, how much you can hit it. It's definitely teaching me how to drive smoother and not so herky-jerky, not mashing on the gas, mashing on the brake. And I'm getting better lap times and I'm driving smoother, which is weird. I'm not driving as... That was easy. Alright, so we only got one more car to catch. Whoops. I locked up. Good save. Again, I'm used to ABS kind of saving my butt there. Looks like I'm going to have a really good shootout for the end of this race. I'm going to be catching up to him at the end of this straightaway probably. I might have a shot at winning this one. Even though I was 50 points under. Supposed to be at 700, I was at 648. So not a maxed out car for this race. But I'm already catching him. Looks like a Corvette. Well, that car's fast. It's a decent blend of speed and handling, but he kind of checked up there, so I got a chance of maybe even taking him on this. I might try to take him on the hill. Nope. Maybe. Nope, I'm not gonna. Got momentum, he got squirrely, so I'm just trying to take advantage of that and get him early. Just stopped in time. Again, not used to these brakes. Whoa! You tried taking me out. I saved it. Good boy. He's giving me a run, but I got him. Alright, wow, that was crazy. Not pretty, but it's a win. I'm still, like I said, I'm still getting used to the handling. It's so different. Alright, I'm going to take this off. And we'll watch the race here. Alright. I'll put the race info on here. There we go. Alright. He was a little tougher than I thought he was going to be. He went a little deeper. Usually they'll go a little wide and go under, but he kind of forced me to stay with him. So I'm like, well, I know I'll be quicker off there because I'm obviously going to be faster than a little hatchback for acceleration. So I got past him. So like I said, still getting used to how this car handles. I'm not used to the counters. I didn't know the counter steer. I don't think the ABS and traction control were affecting me so much as the counter steer assistance. I don't know why that was on, but I think there was a time when I was trying to learn how to play this on a controller. And I think I had it on for that, and I just never changed it. I didn't know that it affected anything with the steering wheel, but it totally does. At least I've noticed the night and day difference. Not so much with the ABS, and I don't like the traction control either, to be honest with you. But the ABS, I don't mind because I mean most cars have it. It's almost kind of necessary nowadays with things being so advanced, just pushing the limits. But I am kind of old school in the sense that I still want the driver to have more to do with the race than the equipment. So the best car doesn't necessarily always win. The best driver should always win. Kind of been that's how like I said, kind of old. So that's why I'm old fart racing because I'm old. So if anybody's curious, I mostly play Gran Turismo 7. I also play Assetto Corsa Competizione, a little F1, and a little Assetto Corsa. Because I'm on the PlayStation 5 right now, the only one I can do in VR is Gran Turismo 7. Although I do still play ACC with the VR, just using it as a big monitor for right now. I did get the PSVR 2 adapter, so as soon as I get that figured out, I'll be able to get the games on Steam and run them on my computer and be able to use my VR with like Assetto Corsa Competizione and all that. I know Evo's coming out soon. Assetto Corsa Evo, that's supposed to have VR support. I thought the new version of Formula 1 was supposed to have F124, but it doesn't. So maybe the new one will. I don't know. I don't know what's on the pipe, coming down the pipe for VR racing games. I don't know if I'll ever get into iRacing only because of the subscription part of it, and I don't know if I have the time to dedicate regularly to like a league or something like that. But I thought I would start here, make some videos, have some fun. I got everything working. I figured out how to get my cameras. Nothing fancy, just a couple Logitech webcams. One for my face view here, one for my feet down there. I put a little graphic, the OFR, my little graphic watermark on the video, just because. So it didn't really take me that long to set it up. And I use OBS, that's free. I used to use Streamlabs OBS so I could do the multi-streaming and all that. Because I do have a Twitch account and I like using Facebook Live. I just, right now, this is just, I'm just having some fun with this. Just playing around. I love my racing rig, and it's a nothing rig. It's a base model seat. What's it called? Next Level Racing. It's their I don't know which model it is, but it's a little foldable one. Nothing fancy. I have reinforced it though a little bit, so it's a little stiffer. And then I do have the upgrade. I have a T300 Thrustmaster steering wheel, and I've got the upgraded pedals though. So they're much more accurate than the ones that come with the T300. And I did add the load cell spring or whatever damper on the back to make it a little bit better. I'm going to upgrade. I'm looking at that T598, the axial drive, the new one from Thrustmaster. That's probably what I'll end up getting from everything I read. It doesn't have a whole lot more force feedback than this one, but it sounds like it's much more accurate, much quicker response, and it's a direct drive. For $500 too, which is super cheap. I mean, you can get these T300s. You can still find for $400 out there used. So $500 for a brand new direct drive wheel is pretty awesome. I was surprised that I think they only do 5 nanometers of force, which a lot of the bigger wheels go upwards of 10, 12, 13. Some even go as high as like over 20. I think it's overkill unless you're like racing professionally. Yeah, having a little bit of force. The main thing for me isn't even so much the force feedback. It's all the little details, the little bumps, the little spots that get elevation changes. Feeling all of that stuff is so much more important than just general tension on the steering wheel. I want to pick up all the little things in the road. I want to pick up the curves. I want to pick up that sense of, like I said, losing traction from sudden elevation changes. All of that. So yeah. So it looks like I'm just about through. I like to put the actual replay on these. I usually do a little more talking about the actual race stuff, but I'm just this is all new to me. So I'm just having some fun. Looks like I'm up to a podium here on lap 4. And like I said, for me, it was just about learning how to get used to taking the assists off. Does make the car a lot harder to drive. I'm probably going to experiment with turning the ABS back on to low or 1. And that's the only thing I'm going to add, I think, going forward. Now, it shows the ABS in yellow. I'm wondering if that's because I have ABS turned off, but this car, this Mustang, see that I locked up, This Mustang normally has ABS, so the fact that I've disabled it, maybe it's just maybe that's why it's showing the yellow. I'm not sure about that, but I'm probably gonna put the ABS back on the low, keep everything else off, not only the traction control or the power steering or that. I think the only place I would ever use, the only time I'd ever use traction control is maybe like in a wetland race, and I don't do many of those yet because I'm not that good at those. So just having fun with this. Looks like going into our last lap and just chasing down the leader. I've raced this race before, and that green Corvette's a pretty well balanced car. It's usually the one out in front if it's in this lineup. It's well balanced. It's pretty fast. The quarter's pretty good. But again, the AI just, or I would say AI, it's not really AI. The computer controlled drivers in Gran Turismo 7 are not very smart. They only have a handful of things they do in any given situation, and they're pretty easy to trick into late braking. They're pretty easy to trick into a lot of things. The Sophie, the AI for Sophie, that is better. I like it. It definitely is more of a challenge. You'll see cars popping out and take a look, and then maybe ducking back in, and deciding not to try to late brake somebody into a corner, and things like that. And just taking some chances. I think the drivers have different aggression ratings. So some are more defensive, some are offensive. Either way, yeah, I think when they get Sophie so it works on any race, and even the custom races, I'll use it all the time. But I couldn't believe he tapped me right there. But I did manage to save the car and stay in front of him. So I just go ahead and beat him to that last left-hand corner turn, and I'd be fine. So I'll make sure I have enough gap in there so we can get close enough to bump me again. Although I did take it out really wide, but I knew I was a little bit faster than him. So as long as I was out in front of him in the corner, I'd have it, and there we go. So that is I gave this the wrong title. That is the 5-lapper on Laguna Seca.